All right. Hello. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. If you have not done so yet, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost live, push us out to the FYP. Also, we got the daily gift code, which are the pink roses. We got the pink roses. Got the pink roses, guys. Welcome in. Guys, guess what? Guess what tonight is? Tonight is late nights. Tonight is late nights, and you guys know what late nights is about. Late nights is about us. It's about us. Late nights, it's not a debate. It's a panel discussion, and even more so, it's a time to make sure that your voice is heard. So, guys, I got something special for you. This is absolutely an amazing opportunity to ensure that your voice is heard. Set here. Who do we have? Hey, Sam. What up, Dwayne? Who else do we have? Nerdy, I see you. Who else do we have watching this? Gage, hello. Bryce, hey. Vash, what's happening? Quite Violet, hello. Manders. Amy, I see you. Mari, hello. Gio, Hannah. Jared, what up? James, 11, Jazz, Miko. Welcome in, guys. We're going to have a wonderful evening. Like I said, this is Late Nights with Santana. This is not a debate. This is our panel discussion. And guys, so we're having late nights tonight and tomorrow night. So it's 2 nights this week, and we're ramping up to get back into the swing of late nights where we'll get back into our 4 nights of weekly topics, but tonight is night number 1 of community night. Yeah, I said it. It's community night. What that means is, guys, this next 2 nights is going to be all about you. I want to hear from you. And I absolutely need to hear from you. So this is going to be predicated on you joining, predicated on you using your voice, predicated on you being the indicator that drives our actual conversations. So with that being said, keep tapping the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost live and push us out to the FYP. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift code to these little 1-cent gift codes. If we can knock these out a couple of times, that'll help boost the live as well. And I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, Santana, you don't have a background. Where's the background? Yeah, we don't have a background. We don't have a background, but we should have a background, right? I mean, if this is late nights, if this is community week, then we should absolutely have a background. So let's do it. Let's do it. And you know what we need?
Yeah, this ain't your regular panel. Nah, we speak the truth. Late nights with Santana and Mama Jones watching. Better keep it clean. Let's go. Late nights, truth in the convo. Everybody get a seat at the table. From the block to the books, we mindful. No screaming, just dreams in the Bible. One mic, one voice, we build bridges from the heart of the hood to the world's big issues. Politics, pay, different cultures. But the real ones listen before they rebuttal. Late nights with Santana. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this is a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. No highlight reel, just the soul's reflection. No shade throwing, just connection. From streetwise truths to deep reflections, we turn hard talks into blessings. They say they run a game, we build new rules. We here to heal, uplift, and break the old rules. They kept us boxed in, divided by fear. But you find us lined up when the truth appears. Yeah, weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no fronting. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot, but we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot, but we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Weekly topics, hearts wide open, no judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no fronting. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights. Late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights.
All right, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. This is Late Nights with Santana, and this is Community Week. And guys, I want to hear from you. Yes, we've been off for a couple of weeks, and yes, we have still been trying to educate, but yes, there is absolutely a need to stop and take the pulse of our community. And so with said pulse, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Specifically, first and foremost, I want to talk about our country. The state of our country is in a place where a lot of people may have some type of trepidation. Some people may be excited for opportunities. Some people may be worried. Some people may just have questions. But our actual country is absolutely something that we have to talk about. So we'll start there. But number two, right behind our country, we absolutely have to dig into our community. Specifically, we got a lot of new members, right? And with new members, oh, what's happening over there? Oh, is that freezing? Am I glitching? What's going on? Is there a lag? Twitch, is there a lag? Twitch, it seems like there's a lag. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, no, Twitch is frozen. The fuck? Dang it, Twitch. Okay, Twitch, hold on. It's something. I don't know what's been going on with that camera. Better stop playing in my face. Give me a second. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. I don't know, for some reason, the camera that I use for like Twitch and Kick and all that, it's been funky. Anyway, with that being said, we have to talk about our community. We got a lot of new members, but we got a lot of members that have been around for a while. And so I want to hear from the new members specifically. I want to hear from everyone when it comes to how has integrating in our community been, and even more so, where you came from. And I need to know where you're going, right? Because we can hyperfixate on, I found you and I've been here. But if you've joined our community and you haven't branched out to other communities that's a part of our community, you're missing out. Now, speaking of such, growth is necessary. Growth is absolutely necessary. Growth is something that we all need, and growth is mandatory if you guys are going to be a part of this community. And so the one thing that we make sure that we do here on Late Nights is we make sure that we educate. And I've been working on growing a lot. I've been reading more. I've been trying to make sure that I don't yell as much while I'm debating. I'm just trying to figure out how I can be better, right? And so I want to talk to you all about growth. Specifically, what do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to learn about? Late nights is always about learning, and I got a couple of topics that I'm going to dig into, but I know for a fact that people have been saying, hey, we should do this, we should do that, we should do that. This is your chance. This is absolutely your chance to talk about that. Last but not least, your way. Your way, simply put, what you got, right? A lot of people say, hey, I have a question about, you said this at one time, or you did that at one time, or da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, hell, this is your opportunity to actually get up here and say, hey, Santana, I heard you say this one time, and can you explain that to me? Or, hey, Santana, I've been wondering, how do I do this? How do I do that? This is what that's for. So again, guys, this is Community Week. This is your chance. It's all about you. So if you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and hit that request button, get up here. And as you can see from the background, mods, you're welcome. Members, you're welcome. Mutuals, you're welcome. Everyone is welcome. And I will do my best to ensure that I am rotating people in and out, letting people have an opportunity to speak. But guys, do all the wonderful things, right? Tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Keep knocking out the daily gift goals. Share the live to your stories and to your FYP. And last but not least, if you enjoy what we do here on Late Nights, if you want to support the live, please, you can consider do so on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Let's go ahead and start getting a couple of people up here, and then we will get it going. And guys, as we get in, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. And we will get a quick introduction, and we're going to kind of cycle around the panel. And then once we cycle around the panel, then we will go ahead and, we'll do the quick introduction, and then we'll go from there. And we got someone over on YouTube, so we'll go ahead and bring the person in over on YouTube. Give me a second. Let me get the camera set. We'll do quick introductions, and then we'll get into it. Boop. There we go. All right. Perfect. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick introduction, and then we will get into the conversation. Nerdy, hi, how are you?
I am doing okay. How are you doing?
Good. Nerdy, question for the night to start off. Do you have something specific that you're ready to talk about for community night? Now, I don't want you to tell me, but I just want to know, did you have something in mind when you originally requested up?
I did, actually.
Okay. Hold on to it. Give me a second. Yeah. Jared, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. How are you doing, friend?
Good. Jared, when you requested up, did you come up because you had something specific to talk about? Question? What exactly?
Something to talk about, but you know how my mind runs sometimes. But
okay.
I have something.
Okay. Hold on to it. Give me a second. Blue Barbie. Hey, how are you, friend?
Hi, Santana. How are you?
Good. Blue Barbie. Don't tell me yet, but when you came up, did you have something to talk about? Did you have a question? What do you got?
I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Don't tell me specifically. Wait. But did you have something specific that you wanted to talk about, or a specific question?
Did I have something specific? Did I have a specific question? I would like to. I could talk. Could I talk about what I've been doing as of late? How
anything. I don't want you to tell me yet. I just wanted to verify, like, if you had something specific when you came up. So yeah. I was just checking to see if you already had something in mind.
I do, yes.
Okay, perfect. Hold tight just for a moment, okay? And last but not least, Jim over on YouTube. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Jim, when you came up, did you have a specific topic in mind, a specific question, or what exactly?
Well, I do have a question, but mostly it was to thank you and your community for being just absolutely wonderful. And you've taught me so much that it's absolutely incredible.
Okay. Well, listen, Jim, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. But hold on, because I want to hear your question now. All right. So give me a second. I'm going to place you on mute because you got a little bit of feedback, Jim. But I'm going to place you on mute. And then when I come back to you, I'll go ahead and take you off. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. We are going to go ahead and get started here. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone, guys, please remember, for the people on the panel, the people in the conversation, please remember that this is, please remember to use TikTok friendly language. What does that mean? That means using words like pew pew, unalive, C19, mustache man, all of those types of things that will protect your TikTok and it will protect the live and allow us to continue to have these conversations. Also, please remember that this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't deal with any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of that. We don't do that on the panel nor in the chat. Speaking of the chat, guys, remember, I need you guys to be an active participant, right? But please don't use caps. Caps are for mods. Please do not use caps. It will draw my attention away from the panel and towards the chat, and we do not want to do that. So please be mindful and do not use caps. But I do need you guys to keep tapping the screen, share the live, knock out the daily gift goal. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's continue to knock out the daily gift goal, which is the pink heart puffs. And last but not least, again, if you want to support the live, just like Janelle, W's in the chat for Janelle. Janelle sent a $5 donation, and Janelle said, thank you, and I appreciate what you do, Janelle. I don't deserve thanks. Thank you. Holy smokes. Thank you. W's in the chat for Janelle. Again, if anyone else likes support, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right, Nerdy, coming to you. So we got a couple of things that we're talking about, and I know you had something specific that you wanted to talk about, and I'm here for it, but I have to know, which bucket are we starting with? Are we starting with our country? Are we starting with growth? Are we starting with the actual community? Like what bucket does your actual topic fall into?
I was gonna talk about the economy.
Okay.
And how it's kind of affected me and kind of makes me think of, so kind of like growth and economy, I guess, or country. Well,
growth is more so when we talk about like, what are we doing in our community? What do we want to learn? Like, do we need to start a book club, or like you have a specific topic you want to talk about, things like that. But the economy would absolutely fall under the topic of our country. So what do you got?
So I'm going to get a little transparent here. Me personally, I have been struggling for like the last year. This administration has really effed me over. Like, I've been negative in my account for over a year, and the only reason why my bank account hasn't been closed is because I get paid on a regular basis. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay anything, and I think, and it makes me think about, if I'm struggling, who else is struggling this bad? You know, I see people talking about they have to get a couple of jobs. They have to have like 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Like, without giving too much away, I work for a veteran service, and I think about the vets all the time and how they are also struggling because a lot of the services have been, you know, defunded. And they're having our service helps them get into see doctors and everything so that they can get their benefits a little bit quicker. But I know that if I'm having a hard time just processing their stuff, that they're not having the best of times either.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that this administration, it's been interesting would be a lack of words, because we see the negative impact that's occurred overall when it comes to this administration, the cuts that has had, the actual layoffs that have been felt. I think that one thing that we have to do, right, and like overall, this is something I think about often, is we have to find ways to ensure that we are, being fiscally responsible when it comes to like ourselves. We have to look to help each other when we can, and even more so, we have to look and see what we can do to affect change in a material basis, right? One thing that I think is like super beneficial is because people always talk about like picking up a second job and all this other stuff. Like that's kind of hard. But seeing if there's any way that, we can, hate to say it like this, but see if there's any way that we can find additional sources of income that may help supplement. It's really a tough situation. I honestly, I don't even really know what to say to that comment. But like, I mean, more so when it comes to the country, is there any, what were you hoping for with the comment? Did you just want to talk about it? Were you looking for some advice? I'm a little bit lost at the moment with this one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to stump you.
No.
I'm a little nervous too, because like I'm a little vulnerable here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was actually looking for some help and some advice because I don't know what to do anymore, and it's just a mental strain as well to do that. But like, I think that the overall answer is just community, because I see it here all the time and I go into like Peach's space in the mornings, for example, and it just makes my morning so much better because it's such a welcoming space, and here too, it's so welcoming. Everyone's so nice, and I've never felt like I always want to try to join, and I always like feel like I'm gonna be ousted if I say, "Hey, community, I need help." So not sure.
Yeah. Well, what
answers the question.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I would say in this situation is, I can only speak from a personal standpoint as far as like the things that I know I've tried to do when ensuring that, things have been difficult for everyone is try to make sure that like I am being aware of like my spending and trying to be just like a good steward of what I do have to ensure like, things aren't done unnecessarily and things like that. But also, I think you're absolutely right. Community is more than where we need to turn, especially in a time where like the government is causing more harm than it's looking to benefit people. I know that if you send Kay an email, we have a way to try to look for resources for people. So we can check your area to see, what we can do to point you in the right direction, ensure that you are, getting the things that you need. But yeah, I do agree. Like community is going to be the biggest thing, right? And that's the biggest way that we can actually, try to do things for sure.
I really appreciate that. Like, I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I was just mostly talking about, how our country is. And if I know if I'm having a hard time, I know other people are too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay. All right. Well, give me a second here. Jared, coming to you. Or actually, Nerdy, I'm going to switch you out because there's quite a few people and I want to make sure that we get as many people in as possible to be able to have the conversation. So guys, what I am going to do is we'll give an opportunity to let people speak. And, if it's something that you guys end up want to talk about that's open to the panel, more people will join. But if not, then we'll just try to rotate people in and out as much as possible. And then try to ensure that we're hearing as many voices as we can. So Nerdy, I appreciate you, but I'm going to drop you down. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for having me up.
Thank you. Jared, floor is yours. What bucket does your actual point fall into? What do you want to talk about?
I think it kind of encompasses both community and country, maybe a little bit of passion, not passion. What did I think of growth? kind of on the curtails of what Nerdy was talking about but the recent discussions about the growth in jobs that the administration was lying about has been really kind of ticking me off. And
well, and just FYI, when we're talking about growth on the background, growth is specifically talking about like us growing as a community with like learning and things like that. So
okay, let's leave growth out. But it's just, I guess, just how difficult it's been, but also finding community and passion amidst that difficult time. As a lot of people know, I'm still struggling to find work. Like it's been 7 months. My unemployment just ran out, and I can't even get interviews at like Target and Walmart and McDonald's and all of that. But I guess I wanted to discuss was how we continue to move forward and not get bogged down in the stress and the difficulties and all that, because I had to be pulled back into this community because I was isolating myself and because I wasn't leaning on community. But amidst that time, I've been finding new passions and how I can make the most of the situations. I know not everyone has that opportunity, but I mean, I've been trying my hand at streaming. I'm just this nerdy guy trying to play Minecraft on TikTok and trying to make the most out of it, but it's hard when we don't have community, and it's hard when we only focus on the negative. And I know we've had similar conversations like this, but what you and the community and others do to continue to push forward.
Yeah, I think that understanding, like what you said is absolutely true. Community is very important, and I understand like what's happening today is really hard on a lot of people, right? Everyone's struggling in a multitude of ways. I think the biggest thing is trying to attend to your mental health, right? I think a lack of being able to access resources for mental health is very, very dangerous. I know we do have something in the Discord where you can actually, I know we have ways to find free or cheap access to, like therapy and things like that. But I think in community is important. Connections with people is important, but I really think that like attending to your mental health is super important as well. And then like trying to find ways not to be discouraged. Like I know that like looking for a job is hard, and people have been looking for months. It's super interesting in the sense that like this administration had such a massive contraction on the overall economy, and now the jobs are slowly starting to head back, but a lot of people are still looking, and I think that's something that a lot of people have been keeping in mind. What do you do? Because like you said, you don't want to get bogged down by stress, and I completely understand that. And you said you've been gaming online, but what do you do in your free time, like to try to pour your mind away from like the stresses of life? Is there anything that you enjoy doing?
I mean, although you debate things that are causing stressors, honestly, listening to your lives, listening to the community, I've realized that you've inspired me a lot to find, because you've talked a lot about how you found your passions and focused on things, amidst everything. But I've noticed that if I set aside time, like deliberate setting aside of time in the morning to sit with my cup of coffee, read for 30 minutes, go for a walk.
What are you reading?
So a while ago, I'm finishing Dungeon Crawler Carl, But I have Black Pill on my audiobooks. I got Everything is Tuberculosis that I'm trying to read. I am reading through a book that I loved in grad school called American God by Stephen Prothero. It's about the cultivation of the American image of Jesus through American conventional Christianity. But I read a lot. I have a massive pile of books. I keep staring at Stamped from the Beginning, and needing to start that, even though it's a behemoth of a book. But I also just finished Kenan Thompson's memoirs, which was amazing. I listened to the audiobook, and that's something I think you, as a Kenan and Kel fan, you would very much enjoy. There's a lot of insight into his life and experiences in Atlanta growing up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and so, that's one of the things that I've been doing more lately, as well as reading. But then also I've gotten into, something that occupies my mind at the same time. I've tried to stay more so away from listening to too many lives or consuming too much, like additional things that are online. And so I've been doing like a lot of puzzle type games at the same time as like listening to my books. And I think that's helped me as well. But like the biggest thing that I said, I know you aren't as old as me, but you're a little bit older. The one thing that I've learned throughout my life is that there are ebbs and flows within in life, and especially how things have persisted throughout our country, right? And while like I want revolution now, and I think that like that would be the best thing for people, for us, society as a whole. And while we still have to function inside of this capitalistic society, we have to find the best ways to function within the capitalistic society. And there's ups and downs. And I don't think that, even though I do think that some things that are happening are overwhelmingly harmful. I know with electoral politics, there's a shift coming immediately. I just don't know, if those shifts are permanent, which, history says they're not. But I guess the best thing I could say is, continue to focus on the things that you can find happiness in, and find time to like slow things down, and, just go from there.
Yeah. But
all right.
I'm going to encourage you. What if, I know you don't want to intrude on Ari's book club, but what if you posted your own book of the month? Like, kind of like, or the list that like Barack Obama does every year. Songs of the year.
Maybe I think I prefer like pointing people in the direction of Ari's Discord server. I think like her Discord server not only serves so many different functions, but like I truly defer to her when it comes to like what books I have and what books I listen to, and trying to like shape things. And I'm kind of in the early stages of like kind of finding things on my own. I mean, there's a couple of books that I found and I'm like, oh, this is interesting, I want to hear this. But I mean, like I want to drive as much traffic as I can towards Ari's book server. I think that's super important.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and swap you out. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, Santana. You have a good night.
Thank you. Well. All right, guys, if you want to join the conversation, go ahead and request up. This is Community Week. And guys, I want to talk about a multitude of things. What I would really, really, really love to get into is anything that you guys have heard over the last couple of weeks that you may have questions about, or anything that you want to bring up as a topic moving forward on late nights. I know I got a couple of things. I want to revisit intersectionality. I know for some reason we need to get back and break down the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. It feels like we just did those things, but we got to get into those topics again. So I would love to hear as well from you guys as far as some of the things that you may want to actually do as a community. So if you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and hit that request button. We're going to keep things moving. Blue Barbie, floor is yours. You said you had something specifically that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about I wanted to talk about growth, and I wanted to talk about where I am specifically, because I'm going to be completely honest here. It's been a rough couple of years. I'm not going to get into into the specifics, but I'm 19 right now, and I did not have a good experience in the public school system because because when I was in the public school system, because I had autism, I stuck out a lot. And because of that, I was bullied and isolated from my classmates. They didn't want to be my friend. They thought that I was weird or that something was wrong with me, and they didn't want to be around me. And everyone treated me like garbage. And what really started and but I think what really caused me to get to where I am right now is what happened in high school. In high school, I was put into a class with a lot of students that were very emotionally abusive. They would yell at me, they would berate me, they would say mean things to me, they would make me feel like I was worthless.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we want to make sure that we're mindful of other people that's hearing. We
don't
want to have a trigger warning situation, but sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trauma dump.
I know. But where are you trying to go with this now?
Where I'm trying to go with this specifically is I wanted to talk about the more growth part, because I do want to talk about where I am currently and how I have definitely grown. The first thing is yes. Even though it is definitely still, I'm still struggling with it, but I would like to say that I go to therapy, and I go to therapy every Tuesday, and my therapist is amazing. She's really sweet. She's very supportive. She's very encouraging, and she has helped me to get to specifically where I am. I've also helped myself by indulging into my hobbies, like Legos, like reading, like those things. And I think in terms of politics, I've also grown a lot. I have learned a lot more about politics, since I've been watching you, and I've been watching Dean and Parker, but I've also been watching a lot of historical documentaries. I have been reading a lot. So that's where I am currently.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, the one thing that I will know, and I've had this conversation, I think Kay and I were talking about this, and seeing your growth within our community and seeing how you, the confidence in you has grown, the ability to not only engage in the topics that we have, but further the topics. I've been so impressed watching how you've developed in our community, and that's made me really proud. And I've seen you around other communities as well. I'm gonna put you on the spot, okay? Outside of our community,
of course.
Outside of our community, outside of our life, what's your favorite place to hang out in? Whose life is your favorite to hang out in?
I would say Ari. I've been watching Ari for education for a couple of months now. I started watching her when I saw her on your panel. I was like, she seems cool, so I decided to check out her page.
She's a big nerd,
and I really love her content. I love her content, and I love her live streams. I really like her community. I've been watching Peach. Peach I listen to in the morning while working. I watch a lot. I watch a lot of content related to Legos, and I definitely take book recommendations. I actually researched a couple of books that Ari was talking about earlier in her live.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'll say this because, like I said, I mean, I've seen so much growth in you, and I'm really just excited not only to have you as a part of our community, but one thing, like what you just said made me so happy because one thing that I really, really, really want to make sure that I'm doing is forcing our community to grow. And I don't want people to stop at me because there are so many other people, so many other communities, so many other ways that we can continue to further and better ourselves. And it sounds like you've already hopped on that path. So I'm so proud of you.
I have, yeah. I have a long way to go, but I'm excited for the ride. Santana, you and your community have helped me have a voice that I never really knew I had. And I love you and your community. I love how I've been able to better myself. My parents tell me every day that they are so proud of me and that they love to have me as their son. I love my mom and my dad. They're the two people who I would consider to be like my best friends, and the only real close friends I've ever had. And that's kind of where I want to go. I want to make some more friends. I want to at some point get into maybe start dating.
Hey.
I'm going to continue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to continue bettering myself. I'm still researching politics. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and swap you out, but thank you so much for coming up and share that. Like literally that made my night.
No problem, Santana.
I'm really proud of you. And like I said, I'm just happy to have you a part of our community.
That you have no idea how good it feels to hear that. Have a great stream, and I'm going to continue watching.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to drop you down.
Goodbye, Santana.
Bye-bye. W's in the chat for Blue Barbie. Like, that's freaking awesome. Guys, if you don't mind, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 75,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the pink heart posts? Those are the daily gift goals. Just because we're hanging out doesn't mean that you guys don't have to lock in and do all the things. So tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me a couple of thank yous that I need to make sure I catch up on. W's in the chat for Stephanie for the $1 donation, saying I love you and your mods. And stop it, Stephanie. Time is hard. Like, you just being here is more than enough, but you like donating, no matter what it is, I say everything's accepted, anything's appreciated, and I truly mean that. W's in the chat. Thank you for the 1, Stephanie. W's in the chat for Wesley. Thank you so much for the 2. Said keep doing you and F these haters. Listen, bro, I promise you, they can't hold me back. I'm good. W's in chat for Zoe for the $2 donation, saying, hey, Santana, I have an idea I would like to run by you, but I don't know how to get in contact with you. It's more of a social experiment or a way to point out your people, their own biases. Zoe, do you feel comfortable coming up and sharing it? Because like, this is the perfect time to get up here and talk about that. Like, if you feel comfortable fleshing it out in public, then we can do it now. Your call. W's in the chat for Brad for the $5 donation, saying, hey, Santana, I've been watching your stream for about 4 or 5 months. Ooh, that's what's up. Love them. I've been donating a couple of times. Monday, we had to admit my 15-year-old daughter into, I'm sorry to hear that, residential treatment disorder for eating disorder, 5 hours from home for at least 6 weeks, and I'm scared. Well wishes is needed. Absolutely. I need positive thoughts. Another 5. I need positive thoughts as well wishes for my daughter. The cost of traveling 5 hours weekly is going to add up. Just some positive thoughts and maybe prayers from the community would appreciate it. Brad, yeah, like, I'm really sorry to hear that. Holy smokes, Brad. Like, I know that has to be really, really tough. Yeah, I mean, all the positivity, all the best wishes. Yeah. I would say, like, I don't know if you feel comfortable, like, I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but if you feel comfortable sharing like the area you're in, and we can see if there's any community members in your area that can maybe lend hands as far as, getting back for, I'm not exactly sure, because 5 hours is a massive distance, but if you're in the Discord, please drop a line in the Discord. Let's see if we can talk about it and figure it out together. W's in the chat for No More Wars for the $5. Ozzy to say keep bringing the positive vibe. Thank you so much. And W's in the chat for Brad Big Boy 3126, who just became a late night tuber. W's in the chat for that. Oh, Twitch. Can't forget about Twitch because they'll fuss at me. W's in the chat for oh, nope, we're all caught up. Guys, if anyone like to support the live, if you like what we do here on late nights and you like to actually keep it going, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and link to in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Again, we are going to get more people in here. This is community night and we will keep it going. I'm going to jump over to YouTube. Manders, how are you?
I'm good.
You literally turned.
Can you hear me?
Robot. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, Manders. So, as the residential troublemaker, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, I don't actually want to talk about this right now, but did you ever look up the island off of Albania?
I need to put it on my to-do list. Honestly, I'm not even going to hold you. It's what it is that I don't. Tell me about it. Now you're on the spot. Fine. Tell me about it.
I'll tell you what I know about it, but I haven't really looked into it much. But apparently, from what I've seen, and I saw this on Facts, Ivanka went to some island that used to be used as barracks, like there's underground barracks, bunkers on it, and she's trying to claim it and turn it into a resort or some shit. Stop. Sorry, Mama Jones. I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, I saw that on Facts and I knew that you needed to know about it. So he could probably tell you more about it.
Okay.
But yeah, Albania has been protesting for weeks now.
Okay. No, I'm gonna check that out.
But no, what I wanted to talk about is I feel like, and I know there's better places for this, but they're on TikTok. That we really need to address the misogyny in this country. Like we need to teach people what to look for to call people out on it because it's terrible.
Yeah. It's funny, right? What I'll say about that is I think a lot of people don't recognize misogyny the way they do. And even if they kind of do, they're still not fully equipped nor educated. It's funny. I remember, and we're invoking her name all night. I might as well go ahead. But Ari, I was talking to Ari, or not talking to Ari, but I was talking to someone, and I was talking about capitalism and da 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 da. And I immediately jumped. My first thought was like, oh, this is the issue with capitalism. And then Ari corrected me and was like, hey, you want to keep in mind that feudalism precedes capitalism. And I was like, oh. And I do think that's something that needs to be addressed. And it seems like the red pill movement has shifted, especially young men, so much further towards that direction. Like that's become the problem because a lot of them now push back on decency because they feel like people are trying to control them. It's such a weird dynamic.
Yeah, I've seen that myself, and it's so gross. It's really gross.
What recommendations do you have?
I mean, maybe a week posting late nights with Ari and Tinsy or whoever you think would be best for that. But I think those are great.
Ari and I do have a late nights that we still have to get together doing consent as the topic. So that's happening. But that's awesome. That makes me excited too. What else would you want to see? Because I do think, I don't know if you ever heard me tell this story, but one thing that I wanted to do was start a podcast. And originally my thoughts were I wanted to start a podcast.
The Blue Pill podcast.
The Blue Pill podcast. Yeah. Geared towards young men. Because literally they're it's crazy to see what's happening with them. But I think that, like, you know, we can do more as a group, as a community. Is there anything else that you would want to see or like try or anything?
Just a huge push to eliminate the slurs that are just so common about surrounding women. I'm not going to say any of them, obviously, but that really needs to be emphasized to the young men that are in your lives and other lives that you frequent. Other than that, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I am down to help with anything.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, listen, Manders, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you, and thank you for being a part of our community.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, guys, we're going to keep getting people in here again. If you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. If you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and you want to join the conversation, holy smokes, Jim, the sound is bad. I'm going to mute you, okay?
Of course. Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.
I'm going to mute you, Jim. If you want to join the conversation, then go ahead and hop over. You can absolutely join the conversation. This is Late Nights with Santana, and welcome in, Dean Ray. Welcome in, Dean Ray. FYI, guys, just to let you know, this is not a debate. We are not debating. We're not debating. This is a panel discussion. So if you are someone joining in and thinking that you are coming to debate, I got some bad news for you. This is not a debate. This is a panel discussion, and even more than the panel discussion, this is community night. We're talking to our community members, and we're finding out what is going on in our community. We're talking about what's happening within our country. We're talking about new members and people that have come over into our community. We're talking about ways that we can continue to grow together. And last but not least, we have an open section where we're going to be talking about some of the questions or things that people may have heard over the last couple of weeks, and they're still trying to figure out. So if you are interested in joining that conversation, you're more than welcome up. But please, please, please remember, this is not a debate. We are not debating. We are not debating. All right. Just wanted to make sure I made that clear. Also, keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. If you would like to support the live, just like Danella sent a $1 donation. Hey, Santana, I plan on requesting up after 9 PST when my baby is in bed, but I'd really like to ask for your input on the family situation that I have going on at home. It has to do with family and race issues, how to deal with them. Too many thoughts. Yeah. Okay. What's that in like the top of the hour? All good. All right. Perfect. We're going to keep this thing going. John, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. John, what topic are we actually talking about this evening with you? Is it the country, the community, growth, or your way?
Before I get into it, I loved your Wade Barrett reference just now.
I know you would get it.
Yeah. I'm a big wrestling fan.
Listen, you and I always locked in.
Your references.
Listen, some of them aren't appreciated, but I know there's a few people that always get them. So, yeah.
But yeah, no, what I wanted to talk about is so many people are struggling right now, and someone that like myself has struggled my entire life. I think it's disgusting how we allow people like Elon Musk to hoard his wealth when there's so many people that are unhoused. The same people that will celebrate Elon Musk, even though he gets subsidized by the government, are the same people that will victim blame a mother who was put into a situation to steal diapers and, that whole situation. And I think it's absolutely wild that, we can't do more for our citizens except, unalive them.
You know what I think is even more interesting is the fact that people have been propagandized into believing like the reason why Elon Musk is super wealthy is because he's worked so hard. And the reason why people that, are struggling don't have anything is because they're not working hard enough. Right. The idea that, well, anybody can be a millionaire or billionaire. Anyone can make it as long as they work hard enough, pretending as if, the different barriers within society whether it's a lack of access to food, healthcare, education, things like that, completely impede not only progress, but just being able to live a decent life. And then, once you get behind in one aspect, the cycle tends to continue, and it's hard, right? Think about it. I'll open up a vein, John. Right after college, right? I didn't really have any money. I was a broke college student. My family doesn't have a lot of money. And I was at the point where I didn't want to tell my family, like, hey, I don't have anything, because, pride.
Pride, yep.
Yeah. And so I was like 20, 21, and I found out about payday loans.
Oh, I've fallen victim to it. They're so predatory.
They absolutely are.
Yeah. Yep.
And I end up locking myself into a cycle of payday loans, where I end up getting those loans, and I kept renewing the loans and paying the loans and renewing the loans, and
it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. And I was lucky enough to be able to actually find a job and to get into a career and start to do things that better myself. But being able to break that cycle is not something that people can normally do, right? Being able to get into a different position in a place in life, that's not normal. And people think that people who are struggling, they're just struggling because they're lazy or they're not working hard enough. But at the end of the day, we're all out here fighting for everything that we get, while people who grow up with a emerald mine shooting out their bum is the richest man on earth. So it's super interesting, and it's crazy how people think that it's the rich people are the ones that work hard.
Yeah, and what's wild to me, like I was saying, is people like Elon Musk could single-handedly take care of the help people in this country, right? Single-handedly solve pretty much the entirety of the unhealth situation in all of America, and still be among the wealthiest people in the damn world. Sorry for my language, but
Elon Musk could give everybody in the world $1 billion and still not even feel it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. And I don't understand these people that simp for wealthy people like Elon Musk, when and then blame people that are struggling when they have to resort to things that they consider unsavory, because they're put into those situations. Fix the root of the problem. Don't blame them for what they had to resort to because of the problem. Yeah. Stuff like I'm of the opinion that stuff like shelter should be provided to people. Healthcare, absolutely. I didn't ask to be born, so certain things I believe should be provided to me as a right. And you have and people don't want the government to help people that are less fortunate. But like I said, they're all for the government basically giving Elon Musk his fortune that he has.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that we if we can figure out this messaging, then I think a lot of things will change. Especially when it comes to people that stand in opposition of us, right? I don't want to call it funny, but the sad thing is, John, they want the same things that we want. They just don't want it because they don't like how it sounds, or they think that people are getting something that it's so, I don't know. The world can be so me.
Yep.
But I think that if people understood the position of helping each other, we could all do this together. No one has to be left behind.
A perfect example of that that they don't understand that it helps them is white women don't understand. A lot of white women don't understand that DEIA helps them.
Dude, John, you're not gonna get up here and talk about. Only I can come up here and talk about white women. You got no. You talk about white men.
Okay, well, true, fair enough. But you get my point.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have a lack of understanding, and that's why I talk about FBA. The premise of FBA is so weird for me because they want they want reparations, right? Like that's at the core of like one of their principles. Yes, delineation. Yes, recognition, all this other stuff. But they want reparations, but they want reparations at the expense of trying to create like a smaller proportion of them by like excluding others from them by somehow saying like it's only us, and since it's only us, like, but that gives you less power. So I don't know, it's the way that people look at things. And I saw Nerdy said in the chat, and I agree, like this idea of rugged individualism, like it doesn't work. Like it doesn't work. We need each other. So
yeah, exactly. Like whatever happened to it takes a village.
Yeah. Anyway, John, I appreciate you coming up, and I'm gonna go ahead and swap you out. Okay.
No problem. You take it easy. Be better to tech.
Yeah. Yeah. W in the chat. Thank you so much, John.
Yep. Thank you. You take it easy.
Yep. Guys, again, keep tapping the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me, knock out the daily gift goal. It's the finger hearts. I don't know why my backup dropped, but let's get it up here. There we go. Get the backup back up. Get the backup back up. And we will continue to actually get people in as quickly as possible. We'll continue to rotate people in as quickly as possible. So if you're interested in joining, go ahead and request up. I know we got a line over on YouTube. I promise you I'm going to get you guys in as quickly as possible on the YouTube as well. So let's see here. Nexus, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Good. Nexus, what did you actually want to talk about? Are we talking about something with the community, talking about something with the country, talking about something with growth, or did you have a question about something that you've heard or learned and you want more information?
So I had two things. The first thing was country and growth. The other thing, I guess, would be your way and like the question.
Okay. And you do know growth is speaking, more growth means like, hey, I think we should work on this topic on late nights, or I need recommendation for books or stuff. That's growth, right?
Oh, I thought you meant that way, and also growth as a society.
No. Growth as a community. Growth as an individual.
Okay, so then I guess the growth part would just go for the second question.
Okay. What do you have?
So the first thing I wanted to talk about was so I'm a part of the LGBTQ. I'm non-binary and I'm pansexual. Mm-hmm. And this month I was gonna go to my first Pride event until all the states and cities, well, not all, but a lot of states and cities started banning them or over-policing them. And the ones in Philadelphia, when I'm at, like, there were like about like 100 police officers sent, and like they were breaking it up. Like you could hear them like on video, like shouting like, leave now or we'll show no mercy. And they arrested like dozens of people. And so I obviously didn't get to go to one. And it just really hurts. And obviously it's just another way of seeing how the Trump administration has just like made it so that it's easier for racism and sexism and homophobia and transphobia to exist in our country. And I was just wondering, like, do you think if and when we win the midterms and if we're able to impeach Trump, do you think that like it'll just fix it, like if it'll fix itself after that, or do you think it's going to take time, or do you think it's just going to be a permanent effect from him being president again?
One of my favorite quotes that I heard was from not Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. He played for the Detroit Pistons, and he actually, the Pistons stop the LA Lakers from becoming like a 4-time NBA champion. And I was super pissed off because I'm a huge LA Lakers fan. And Rip Hamilton said something in 2004, and that was before I graduated high school. He said something that like has stuck with me for my entire life. And he said, anything worth having is worth working hard for. So the premise that like things will just fix itself is out the window. It's more likely that things will never be the same than like just quote unquote fixing itself. Now, what I will absolutely say is that more than just like trying to hope that things will be the same, I think the bigger thing that we need to focus on is how do we make the world better for each other. So I just finished the book from Maya Angelou. Holy smokes, not Maya Angelou. Jeez Louise, sorry, Angela Davis. I just finished Angela Davis' book. And the book is Freedom is a Constant Struggle, right? And something that she said in the book is so funny because she was talking about like when she wrote this book, it was during between Obama's first and second run in office. And she talked about how a lot of people thought that when Barack Obama was elected as president, that we lived in a post-racial society, which isn't true, right? Just because a black man ascended to the highest office in the land doesn't mean that now racism is all gone. Like things are just better. And she took a moment to talk about like how, well, you know, Barack Obama was reelected for a second term. And while I have my issues with Barack Obama, we have to do the work to ensure that like things are actually better this time around. And we didn't do the work that was necessary during his first term. And he became more comfortable and he did things like she talked about like the fact that he went back into Afghanistan. She talked about the fact that, you know, he didn't pull the support from Israel and they allowed the genocide in Palestine. And again, this is, you know, in 2012. But I say all that to say, listening to Angela Davis talk about basically like, hey, if we can put in the work and do what we have to do, then things will get better. And it was kind of defeating to hear her say that and then be able to look like what she was speaking in 2012, talking about the future, and now, you know, 14 years later to see where we are. But that's because nobody's done the work. Everybody's been willing to stick to their issues and stick to the things that bother them. And I think one of the biggest things that I took away from this book is that liberation and freedom isn't just for one specific thing. She talked about how like civil rights isn't the thing that Black people should be talking about. Like liberation and freedom should be it. It's bigger than civil rights. And if you boil it down to these small things, then like it becomes more minute. So I guess the big thing that I'm trying to say is while like you, for lack of better words, your first opportunity at celebrating Pride was rained out. Don't focus on that. Focus on like, what do we need to do together to make sure that not only is Pride accepted, but Juneteenth is accepted, to make sure that like every single celebration of every single difference that we have is accepted. Like it's not just about us as an individual, it's about everybody, right? So Women's History Month is accepted, to make sure that, you know, men's mental health is accepted. We have to fight to make sure that everyone has freedom across the board. And if we can focus on each other instead of just ourselves, then like no matter what happens with this administration, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I obviously knew like the first thing I said of like, what do you think it'll just fix once a Dem gets in office? I obviously knew that wouldn't be the case, but yeah, I mean, I was just wondering how, like, what you think, like, how you think we will be able to get to that over time.
I don't think we'll be able to get there with politics. Like,
Yeah.
like I still participate in electoral politics, but until like, for me, the biggest thing that we have to figure out how to do, and like that's why I don't know if you know who Nico is, but Nico, he's one of my mutuals, and at one point I was trying to get him some time to get in here and to talk to people. I know he was on live earlier this evening, but I've talked to him about this, and what he's doing is so important. But like driving out the actual money in politics, like that's the real issue, right? The fact that lobbyists can buy politicians and keep us from having basic human needs, like that's the big problem. It's not about left or right.
No, absolutely.
It's about the fact that they don't do things to like benefit the everyday people. They only do things to benefit their pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, like, you look at what's his name? I think up in Maine. Graham.
Yeah, Graham Plattner. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and like Bernie is supporting him and everything, and it's like a lot of, like, I saw like Hassan Piker was like, it's great that he's saying all these things, but is he doing it for the right reasons? We're not gonna know. And it's like that seems to be every politician nowadays.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, again, I have my issues with electoral politics, but I still advocate for voting. I still vote. I still plan on participating in the 2026 presidential midterms if we have them. I'm not president, but 2026 midterms. I've reached out to multiple elected officials and like, hey, what can I do to use my platform and my voice to elevate like the message? But I'm very selective as far as who I'm willing to put my name on and behind. The one thing that I really, really love though is, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but more quote unquote socialist candidates have been stepping to the forefront. And whether it's like, I think Zoran Mandani and the fact that he's been able to completely shake up New York in such a quick amount of time. And even, I don't know if you saw this, but this like happened while we were live. But where is it? Oh, I was just looking at it. So New York had House seats that just elections for House seats or whatever, and the people that Zoran Mandani has picked, the ones that he supported, all won in a clean sweep.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely for getting more socialists into government.
Yeah, but then it's not just him. So one thing that I was going to talk about, so when I have sparring, I try to have a couple of things to talk to everyone about, right? If I don't have any debates, but one thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact there was this article written from The Hill, and the article is titled "Democratic Socialists Roar Back into the Spotlight with LA and DC Races." And it talks about how, like, not only has Zoran Mandani made waves, but then you have like, dang it, that popped up. Janice Lewis George, who outperformed the moderate Kenya McDuffie in DC. And then in LA, now you have the Democratic Socialist, who's a member of the DSA, Kanita Raman, who advanced to a runoff against the current established Democrat Karen Bass. So I say all that to say, there's people who in politics that I would put my trust in. The entire system as a whole, no, but individuals for sure. One second. Like, Douglas, stop being weird. This is not a debate. Like, if you don't stop saying that, I'm just going to block you. Like, don't be weird. This is literally a panel discussion. This is not a debate. I apologize.
No, you're good. No, I was just going to say, last month, Chris Rabb got voted in. I was very happy about that. And actually, it's kind of funny that you brought this up because this actually goes into my second question. On Friday, Covey had actually said something that kind of broke my brain a little bit because I do see myself as a democratic socialist. But then she said something about how democratic socialism is basically still upholding capitalism. And so it kind of broke my brain, and now I'm not sure if I should just go full on socialist or stick with democratic socialism. Because I was like under the view that, like, you know, democratic socialism will be better because we still need to have some form of government.
On Nexus,
then she said that, and it just kind of turned my brains into scrambled eggs.
On Nexus, I'm gonna make a reference to like this movie. It's a small, little old timey movie that you may have never heard of. Right? It's kind of an obscure, like not very publicized movie. But it's one of my favorite movies, and I'm gonna reference something from it, and maybe someone may have seen this movie, and maybe someone will get it. But at this point, you got two pills. You got a red pill, you got a blue pill. Now, if you take the red pill, you wake up, you see the world for what it is.
Just call the Matrix a small.
Just roll with it.
See, I'm like film it like my life. So the fact that you just called the Matrix small.
Yeah. You can take the red pill or you can take the blue pill. Dang it! I'm sorry. I'm fixing this freaking thing. One thing that I love about like the community that I'm a part of and the people that I cross-pollinate with is that there are a lot of amazing people. But one thing that I kind of pride myself on is being like a pipeline, right? And when I say a pipeline, I think that a lot of people come to me because they have a sense of like connection and understanding and comfort. And then the people that I platform, I do it like strategically. Like the people that I platform mostly don't align with me politically. And I do that for a specific reason. There's better ways than what we're doing, but then there's also ways of doing what we're doing better. And really what it is that you're going to have to make the decision. Do you want to do what we're doing better, or do you want better ways of doing different things? Regardless, you just got to keep listening, learning, and educating yourself, and then you'll figure it out. Yeah. I'm glad that she did that though.
Yeah, she really screwed me up with that.
She's not that cool. Like she eats warm hummus. Like, so don't think too highly of her. I judge her harshly. Yeah, exactly. Hummus is gross. And she eats warm hummus. So I judge her very, very harshly. Anyway.
But yeah, thank you though, because like this is only the second time I've talked to you. I talked to you when you did Deconstructing Religion.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I was, you know what it is? I remember your name and your profile picture because I was like, that profile picture is cool as crap. Like the colors.
I actually made it.
Like I love the colors. That's what getting like. I don't know if you know, but I like a lot of colors.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually made it. But yeah, ever since I like first started watching you, and then watching you, I ended up finding out about Ari and Solid, and watching the three of you really like as a white person, like really started to help me be able to deconstruct racism, deconstruct my whiteness.
It sounds like you already figured out which pill to take. I'm not sure why you had that question. You already know which pill you're taking.
I basically do, but I don't know. I was still a little stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I'll
the three
tell
of
you
you
this.
really helped me on that journey, and
I'll tell you
helped me
this.
start that journey.
A lot of the things that because I have internal struggles as well, as far as the comforts of what I know versus the reality of what I've learned. And so I deal with those internal struggles and like those hesitations and things like that a lot myself. And, I'm just like, I'm gonna brag a little bit, but one of the best things I have the ability to do is get on the phone and out, like not on social media, and I pick up the phone and I'll call Solid, or I'll call Kay, or I'll talk to like Sean or people offline. And I bug Ari all the time on Discord. I have these people that I tap into because I deal with some of this exact same things, those internal strifes and things that you're thinking about. So it just that just lets me know that you're heading in the right direction.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. You have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
And a good stream.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing rolling. Again, remember, if you want to join the conversation, this is Late Nights. This is a panel discussion. This is a community discussion. This is open for everyone. So this is your opportunity to join the conversation. So make sure that you get up here. If you're over on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, and you actually want to join the conversation, you can just click the link and then you can join. W's in the chat for Kai. Kai sent a $20 YouTube super chat to say, thank you for reminding people that not knowing isn't a bad thing. It's not knowing is actually one of the coolest things. Like not knowing and not wanting to know is like bad, but not knowing and then trying to figure things out, like that's one of the best things. People think I don't know means that they will be made fun of and acknowledge, however, it's actually an opportunity to learn and grow and be a better person. I'm telling you, I heard Peach say that one time and that broke my brain. Debbie's in the chat for Brian for the $5 donation saying, what are your thoughts on the positive stories coming out of the World Cup? Seeing how both U.S. citizens and our welcome travelers have been referring to it as cousins having fun while our parents don't get along has given me a soft, renewed sense of patriotism. You should go check out Swan's live. Swan has been doing a live about FIFA and the World Cup. I think that might change your perspective, Brian. Definitely check out Swan's topic. I think the way that like different people that's on the team, like the way they've been treated, I think it's all telling. And this country has shown their hindquarters with the way that they've treated people. But America. Jim, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to unmute you. Hopefully the sound isn't as wiki. Like the way they've been treated. I think it's all telling. Jim, that's kind of loud. I think it's all telling. In this country, has shown their hindquarters. Jim, with the way that they treat people. He's about to catch up now. Yep, Jim, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yep.
Hey, Santana, how you doing?
Good, Jim. The sound is still a little bit wicked, but I wanted to give you an opportunity because you said you had a question.
The question that I had for you was, when you have your regular debates, I know how to fight racism. I've learned how to, fight all these other things. But as a white man, how do I fight white privilege?
Acknowledge it. That's one of the craziest thing that people try to do is pretend as if they don't have white privilege because they may not be rich or they may not be successful. But like acknowledging white privilege is like the first step, and then weaponize it. Jim, weaponize your white privilege to help people without white privilege. Acknowledge it. That's one of the craziest things like we're delayed.
Got you. Got you. Definitely. Oh, and then I had another analogy for your red pill, blue pill, and that is that the red pill will always drag you down, but the blue pill will always lift you up.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Jim, I'm going to drop you down because that lag is wiki, but I appreciate you. We're not even going to wait for him to hear. He'll hear us. We're in the future now, guys. He'll hear us in a moment. He will hear us in a moment. All right, we're going to keep this thing going. If you're interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. I know there's quite a few people. I promise you I'm going to try to get as many people in as possible. We're going to figure this thing out. All right. Jessica. Hey, Jessica. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How about you, Santana?
Good. Jessica. All right. So we got a couple of things on tap. We are talking about what's happening in our country. We're talking about things within our community. We're talking about how do we grow as individuals and, things that we want to see or work on. And last but not least, we're talking about your way, which is, any questions or anything that you may have for me, anything that you've heard recently. And you're like, hey, can you just answer this? So what do you got?
So I just had a question for you. I wanted to know whether or not you or anybody else that kind of covers politics has seen this. But I've seen a lot of stuff lately about, and I actually looked it up a little bit because I was curious about how the DOJ just put forth I don't know if it's full fact or if it's an opinion piece. I don't remember which one it was, where they were talking about how they were wanting to try to bring back institutions for people with disabilities, chronic disabilities, or just disabilities in general that need extra help, extra accommodations, extra assistance, as well as taking away money from family members that are being caregivers towards these family members that need special assistance because they don't think it's necessary since they're family.
What have you been able to find?
Well, just a lot of the stuff that I've heard, and most of it has to do with people that are in the community of like autism or the disabled community that are talking about it, that are getting freaked out about it. I don't know if I necessarily have to worry so much about it because I'm more on the higher level functioning, but I am worried about people that are not as high functioning that need a lot more assistance, such as nonverbal, have seizure situations, like my ex that has seizures and everything like that. So I'm just a little bit worried about them. I haven't really done a deep dive in it, and I probably should. I just wanted to know whether or not it was something that was kind of up in the air, or if it's something that's kind of been that you guys have heard about, since you, Dean, Parker, Ari, a bunch of those other people do specifically political stuff. So I wasn't sure if you guys had heard anything.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say this. I'm a firm believer of being very cautious about what I tell you guys. I'm like really careful as far as how much I share with you all because I consume so much information. I never want to come off as like, I'm fear mongering, or I don't want to cause unnecessary panic, but I also never want anyone in our community to be caught flat-footed. What I will say is there's been a consistent and persistent attack on people with disabilities directly from this Trump administration, including the appointment of RFK Jr. now, and what they have tried to do by accessing medical records and trying to get information in like a repository on people with autism has been stopped in the courts and shot down each and every direction. Like there's been conversations and talks from Trump by reopening quote unquote insane asylums. They've talked about like different camps and all. There's been so much to it. One thing that I will say, as of right now, every single disenfranchisement that the administration has tried to take towards people with disabilities has been stopped. I would say make sure that you educate yourself. If it's something immediately, I don't like the idea of worrying people prior to the point of like them needing to be alert. But it's not a nothing burger.
Yeah, I completely understand. When I looked it up, there was an article from PBS, and I know that's one of the more neutral news sources, as well as several others.
Yeah. That I'm going to be completely honest. Unless you're a rich white man in the country, you're under attack. Like in every single aspect, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. Like in every single aspect, there like no one is safe, and it's. I feel like the Trump administration is trying to reset the quote unquote order of society within our country. And so looking to disenfranchise people who are part of marginalized groups even more, like that's what they're doing. So I'll say this, I would take the approach that I take. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's like kind of the motto that I've been living by under this Trump administration. And if it's something that I feel like people need to know, I'll talk about it. But until it's something that I need to start alarming people about, I don't want to alarm anyone unnecessarily. And I worry about that so much. I worry about how much I share with you guys.
Yeah, and I do apologize if I scared anybody with saying that. It was just something that I had been seeing frequently for the last few days. And I talked with my stepdad, who is also a Republican, and he said that he and my mom had not heard any information about that. So just seeing it all over my FYP and then them saying that they haven't heard anything about it. But I also know that Republicans have a tendency to try to hide that information, especially keeping it low key within their own groups.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The thing, and I've said this over and over and over, and I think the one thing I don't think people are hearing me when I say this is unless you're a rich white man in this country, you're under attack. Like people love to say, "Oh, Santana, you always talk about white people." Listen, at this point, just white men, like every day, John, Bob, you guys are in the same boat. You might as well be, quote unquote minority, because like you may not get it as worse or as quick as everybody else, but your time is coming too. Like everybody's in danger. So it's a thing. Okay. Jessica?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. Again, we're gonna. There's a bunch of people that want to get in, but we're doing this again tomorrow night. So if you don't get an opportunity to get in this evening, guess what? You still have an opportunity tomorrow night. So don't feel bad. But I'm going to try to get as many people in as possible, and that way we can, hear the voices of our people. Let's see here. Charmaine, how are you?
Hi, Santana. I'm well. Sorry, a truck's just going past me as I speak. I did ask in the chat if it was okay for internationals to come up, and they said
Are
that
you
was
a part
fine.
of our
So
community?
yes.
Then of course. What you got?
Yay! So you could probably tell by my accent, I'm a quote unquote Australian.
Why'd you say quote unquote Australian?
Maybe because it's a bit of an illegal occupation, but no. So the question that I do have is, so currently in Australia, we're gearing up for a federal election, and we're a two-party system like the US. Although we do have an independent party that is gaining a lot of traction at the moment, and they basically are Trump. In the easiest way to say it, everything that monster of a man agrees with, they are pushing as well. And so my question would be, is how do you sort of, so this party, sorry, I'm getting a bit nervous.
No, you're good.
This party absolutely falls under, I don't know if I can say the word, fascism. And I'm curious for some advice on how to talk to like the older generation, because, you know, similar as to Trump, they're packaging up all the things that people in Australia want to hear at the moment. You know, there's a big movement against mass immigration, plethora of things, the economy, et cetera, et cetera. And so this party, they're bundling it up in the perfect little gift. It's got the perfect ribbon, and they're selling it that way. And a lot of the boomers and whatnot are, they're really, really buying it. And so the question really is how to address people that are sort of set in their ways.
And you know, that's a tough one for me. And the only reason I say that's a tough one for me is because I don't necessarily do like older people that are Trump supporters that well. Give me a second. Let me try something. Sorry, 1 second here.
You're all right.
We'll see if we get a call back. I don't do the best with like older Trump supporters. And I know for a fact that's because you have to be super patient with them. And I do have a level of patience, but I think I lack the full level of patience necessary. For like younger people, I think, man, that's a hard one for me, honestly.
No, that's fair. I just, you know, like there's so much. I'm also part of the queer community. I also am disabled, and like the things that this party want to do, like, will absolutely harm me. And sort of trying to talk to the older generations that are somewhat stuck in their ways, or, you know, they're sort of buying the propaganda. Yeah, I'm finding that quite challenging. And I participate in Australian lives and stuff like that, but, you know, much of the older generation isn't on TikTok and things, so.
Yeah. I like the one thing that I know that it takes, again, is patience. The one thing that I've learned about the older generation here within the US is they tend to be more susceptible to misinformation and disinformation. And, you know, it seems like the older certain people get, the more that they get locked into believing the things that they're kind of inundated with, right? And so like here in the U.S., you see the older generation that every day they watch Fox News, right? Every day they watch Fox News. Everywhere all their friends watch Fox News, and they're all talking about Fox News. They wake up early, they watch Fox News, they talk to each other, and then they watch more Fox News. And then you can't penetrate their bubble because it's not Fox News. And it's because it tends to be a little bit more safer. Now, I do think that's also has to do something with like isolationism, right? In the sense that I think there's a subsection of the U.S. where like people stop taking care of their family and stop caring about being around their families, and they, left them alone. And it's so much to it.
And it's heartbreaking too.
Yeah.
We see it here. The older generation sort of just get like forgotten about, and like in a way, like understandably, because life's so fast paced at the moment. People, it's like exactly the same as the US. We've got to work like 3 jobs to make it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough. But that was pretty much my main question.
Yeah, the 2 people that I know that would actually be able to answer this question for you really well. 1, Solid, but I know he's asleep. And 2, Parker. I just tried to FaceTime him, but I know he's probably busy. If Parker FaceTimes me back, I'll give him that question. I'll get with Solid tomorrow. I just I think that's my one blind spot as far as being able to like really break through when it comes to the older generation. But both of them do it like extremely well. It's super interesting. Like I know for a fact that both of them like absolutely top me when it comes to talking to that demographic of people.
And I love and follow the both of them. I think they're awesome. Solid is just hilarious. I can't get enough of him.
He's okay. I wouldn't say hilarious. He's not that funny. So
like the first thing I tend to lead with, and like this is where I sort of lose people, and I understand that I lose people with this opening statement, but it's mainly like, don't follow the news, like the propaganda machine. Of course, you're going to resort to the news if something big is happening, but we have very, very strict freedom of information and freedom of free speech laws. So there's a lot of things that you just can't say over here. Everything has to be allegedly. And yeah, I know that I'm losing them by opening with that.
Yeah.
I just don't know what else to say.
Oh, someone in the comment section actually made a good point. I don't know if you've had opportunity. Parker was on the Necessary Conversation podcast where he was talking about talking to older people, and like that was really good. So maybe check that out as well. I know for a fact that's a blind spot for me, and I really wish I could answer that question for you, but I know my limitations, and I'm not going to give you bad advice just to give you some advice.
No, I appreciate the honesty. And if I could just close with, I know you're very much on your reading journey at the moment, and obviously like colonization of both of our countries was very similar, similar but different. There is a really good book if anyone wants to sort of understand, like, from people internationally. And it's called Black Emu by Bruce Pascoe, and it is one of the most beautiful books I've ever read in terms of like the red pill moment here.
Okay.
Just putting that recommendation out. But thank you. I appreciate you, and I will drop.
All right. Perfect.
Enjoy the rest of your scene.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Guys, if you don't mind, keep doing all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the donuts? That's the daily gift goal. Please, please, please. Last but not least, if you'd like to support the live, if you enjoy what we do here on Late Nights and you want to keep it going, please consider supporting the live. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support Late Nights. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. We are trying to get as many people in here as possible. We are having these conversations because it is community night, and so I want to hear from our community. Phoenix, how are you? Phoenix, are you there? Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, you got yourself muted. Hello. There, all right, you're off mute.
It
now.
wouldn't let me unmute.
Oh, okay. It's an honor.
I was trying.
It's an honor. How are you, Phoenix?
Hello.
Is there a delay?
Hi. My anxiety is peaking right now.
Why?
It's probably my Wi-Fi. That's what it is.
Oh, you want to
Wi-Fi.
reconnect? Hello from the other side.
Hold up. Give me a second.
I must have called 1,000 times. Listen, I'm sorry for breaking your heart. Hello from the other side. Yeah, Phoenix, you might have to drop and come back in if it's still breaking up. You guys know what one of my favorite songs is? Keep me inside the corner of your ripped jeans, holding me tightly to. I enjoy Ed Sheeran Photograph. I also like My Gift Is My Song. I can't do that. I can't do that right now. Phoenix, I'm going to drop you. You can try to come back. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's frozen. Hold on. Let's remove it from the screen. How do I? No, we don't want to do that one. We don't want to do that. Let me just hide that. All right. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I wrote down in words how wonderful life is. Now you're Too Many Thoughts. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you? Is there an echo going on?
No, you're good. What do you got?
Okay, good.
I saw your
I'm in
message
another
earlier,
room.
but what you got?
So I don't know how So I'm Mexican and Salvadorian, right? I have a black daughter and a brother who likes to use the N-word constantly. And she's getting older and it's bothering me more and more. And I'm trying to find a way to have this conversation without being me. Because if it wasn't my brother, it would be very easy conversation to have. It would be a stop saying it or get the fuck out, get out my house.
You ever try punching him in the mouth?
He lives here. I have to keep living with him after that. My mother also lives here. I'm almost there because I've tried to have these conversations with him before, and I feel like, and my ex-boyfriend used to live here. My ex-boyfriend is black, and it almost got to a point where I had to get between them, and he no longer lives here, and he still hasn't gotten the point.
Yeah.
So I'm trying real hard not to ruin situations here in this house and still have that conversation.
Yeah. Hey, Ari, are you available? I don't know if Ari's actually asleep, but I think
I'm more than willing to wait.
Yeah, this might actually be something Ari can give a little bit of more perspective on. And the only reason I say that is because Ari, of course, is black, but she's also Puerto Rican, and she has that different perspective of the the one thing that I'll say, like coming at it from a human element and the aspect that like, if this is your brother and this is his niece, right? And he should understand how like this impacts his niece, right? That's like the interesting. What does he say when you like call that out?
He starts like he thinks it's real funny. I feel like he doesn't take, because I don't get aggressive, because I'm trying to preserve that. Because like I said, whether it had it been somebody else, anybody else in my house using that word in front of my black daughter, it would have been, say it again, I dare you.
So I said, have you ever tried punching him in the mouth? You know what I've learned, and no offense to your brother, but what I've learned is that too many people have gotten too comfortable with not getting punched in the mouth, right?
I say
like,
that all the time.
Yeah. Like I'm
all the time. This person has never been chin checked.
Yeah. You can tell who's been slapped in the mouth or not. Like I'm almost 40, and I grew up in a world where we weren't like behind screens as much. And that's why, like, when people come up on the internet and they get like, I'm like, okay, you're an internet fake tough guy. Like, we're on the internet, bro. What are we gonna do? And I have a very bad habit of like swing first, talk later. And so, like, people have gotten too comfortable with the way that society is warped reality for people, and they think they can say whatever they want to say. And to correct myself, they can say whatever they want to say. They just, like, you got to be ready for those consequences. I tell people this all the time. Yeah. You can say or do whatever you want, like literally
anything.
You just got to be ready. Like, if you can justify whatever you say or do with the consequences that come from it, then do it. Like, do it. But I think a lot of people aren't seeing enough consequences, and for him to actually not even from a human element be able to understand like this is his niece, that's super interesting.
Yeah, and like I feel like if I could have these type, like have a conversation, a back and forth, even if we disagree, and be calm, maybe but there's no like literally the other, like it's like everything is a joke to him. I don't know if it's because it's me or dude, he's 38.
Really?
I'm 39.
And everything's still a joke?
He is the most, like, I'm trying not to suffer. Big age, dude. Big age. And I have, like, not jokingly, but like offhandedly had this conversation. Like, do you say this in front of black folk?
What did he say?
And he said, yeah. I'm like, I seriously doubt it. I won't say his name out here, but like, I have never heard him say that in front of black folk, but I'm a very indoor person.
Have him come talk to me.
So I would never see him say it in front of black folk like that.
Is he around right now?
No, dude. Like, he's in his, I'm not even sure. So I live in a back apartment in my house. Like, there's a back apartment in this property. So he's in there over there somewhere. If you want to talk to him one day, like, I can bring him up one day.
Yeah, have him come talk to me.
I can try to set that up. Being like a surprise conversation with him right now is not, and we just had a problem a couple days ago, so give me a second.
Yeah,
like,
I'll keep it cool. I mean, I'm not trying to cause any issues in your domicile, but like, I don't know. I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting from a human element in the sense that, like, most people like don't internalize the harm of other people because it doesn't directly affect them. But then when you start talking about people who are dealing with, like family, usually that moves the needle. But that's interesting that like he still thinks it's funny when that's something overwhelmingly. How does he feel about your daughter?
I literally have to go the other way and have conversations with my 10-year-old and talk to her about because she's black and because she's had conversations with me about how interactions at school, she's half Mexican and Salvadorian like me. Other kids have told her she don't look black enough.
Yeah, well, we got to talk about the whole like nationality, because that's a different thing. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, well, she's indigenous. I'm very indigenous, and she's like a very indigenous looking. But I mean, only Latinos really doubt whether she's black or not. Like it's like,
man, you know what's funny? like colorism kicks the AWS out of Black people and Latino
Fucks
people.
me up, dude.
Language. This is late nights.
I mean, sorry.
Colorism, like, I would talk to you about it, but we got white people listening, so I can't really talk to you. That's a whole community conversation. But like colorism, man, colorism has been putting people in the cocaine clutch forever. It's so freaking weird. It's so weird.
I think for me, it's easier to have those conversations in the street because honestly, like I couldn't care less if I hurt some random person's feelings. Like you ain't gotta like me, it's fine. But this is family. Like I still gotta deal with him tomorrow. I still gotta deal with him the next day after that.
Yeah.
And if I deck him, like it's like I still gotta deal with him.
Yeah, but
it's a hard conversation to have.
You know, a famous poet once said, come on, Cletus, come on. You walk over here, but you limp back. Right? So let him know he might walk over here, but he'll limp back. So, I mean, he might just, I don't know.
Because the only time I've had this conversation real hard is, like I said, when my ex-boyfriend used to live here. And my ex-boyfriend heard them saying it back and forth while playing video games. They were saying it pretty loud and pretty bold, knowing there's a black man here in this house with me, hearing them through the window.
Yeah.
And like I'm at my limit, dude. She's 10. She's 10.
Yeah.
She's almost at junior high. Like this is gonna be a real issue by the time she's 12, 13, 14, 15. Hearing her uncle say this.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Feel free to bring him back. I would love to talk to him. I'm sorry, like apparently Ari sleep. Freaking nerd.
It's okay if you bring it up later. I'm literally on here every day.
Yeah, I know. I see you all the time. I know you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about my comments sometimes.
Nah, it's all good. Okay. Remind me tomorrow, and
I will.
Ari's up, and we'll have, because I think she can give you a perspective as well that I know for a fact that I can't give.
Okay, I'll be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Phoenix, you want to try again? Phoenix?
I think I got it.
Okay.
I think I got it.
You do?
Yeah. So, sorry, I was connected to my hotspot because I thought the storm was going to take out my connection.
Oh, good. What you got?
But it's not storming anymore. I just wanted to say that I actually did find out about like your existence from Dean and Parker's lives, and then I joined this community not too long ago, and I wanted to say that your community is actually honestly more friendly and more open to everyone than theirs is.
I'll say this because
not what I meant. Like
I'll say this. Hold on. I don't like the one rule that we have, especially in Discord, is we don't talk about like other creators. And like honestly, what I will say as well though is like other communities, it's different. Like I keep that in mind. It's different because not all spaces and places is for everyone, right? And understanding that sometimes you just haven't found your people, and so you may feel comfortable a little bit until you find like real comfort. And like I'm happy that you found comfort here, but this may not be like it for you. You might actually telling you, like outside of petty, like Solid's community is dope, so but like it's just different for different people, also like different times in your life. But I'm just happy that you're here with us. Like I don't care about everybody else. I'm just happy that we got you.
Yeah, I think I came across a little differently from what I meant.
No, okay.
That wasn't what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is I actually I think I made like immediate friends whenever I came on here, than compared to when I comment on their lives.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
I was trying to talk about the people
Yeah.
And not like the creators themselves.
Yeah, no. I understand. I just like my whole thing is, I feel like, so I finished the Socratic method, which talks about Socrates, right? And one thing that he said that was like really interesting to me was he doesn't believe that there's bad people, right? His whole ideology is there's not bad people, there's just people who don't have enough information, right? And his whole ideology is that even when people make a decision that's harmful or bad in the moment, well, they just make that decision because they don't know enough and they can't see the bigger picture. They're only focused on the small thing in front of them. And so if they could see everything, if they had more knowledge and more information, then they wouldn't make those decisions that they made, which are, i.e., bad decisions. I don't know if I 100% subscribe to that, but I will say it's interesting in the sense of saying people, the more you know, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you change and develop. And having exposure to more is better in a lot of different ways. And so, I don't think that you and I are too far from those people that you may not feel like is friendly. I think the only difference is that we've learned more. And so it's our responsibility to open up the door for them to learn more and hopefully make some good people.
That makes sense. I also wanted to say that my parents and my brother growing up were like very, very MAGA. They still are. And I just wanted to come out and be open about the fact that, like, I know a lot of people where their parents and their siblings and the people they grew up around were the same way. And I'm glad that I was able to grow out of it because of my friends that had a different mindset from that, because I didn't know about it. Like, my parents would support it, but they never fully explained it to me. Mm-hmm. So because of that, I didn't know like the actual truth. So for a while, I supported what my parents supported because I thought that they were, they were my parents. Mm-hmm. So it was very hard to learn. So I'm glad that I actually was able to.
Yeah, me too. I think that, like I say this all the time, if you're not learning and growing, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Like it's never a point where we should just stop trying to like develop and be better. And while you have a limited view of things and a limited understanding, then like you make limited decisions. And I just like, that's why I talk about all the time where people who are more educated tend to be more progressive, right? And it's not in the understanding of like, oh, education or knowledge or college or anything like that makes you progressive. It's just the fact that once you start to be able to look at the bigger picture and you understand, like, we live in a society and you can't be so me. And because, if you're doing well, but the people around you are doing bad, someday they're going to flip on you. And so, like, I think it's a whole thing to it. Right. It's just understanding like the perspective of life.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I love your lives and that you and Dean and Parker and all the people that I watch have really helped me learn and grow.
Awesome. I don't know if you heard what I said when you first came up here, because you're kind of lagging, but I said it was an honor. I feel like I talk to you every day. Like, she will always send like super chats talking to me, and I feel like we talk back and forth.
I think I only sent 4 things one day because I had extra money and I was just like, why not? Yeah. But now I'm poor because of that. Oh. Technically, I have money, but I'm out of my extra money because I decided to use the last of it.
Yeah. Have you tried couch money? Yeah. That was in the chat. Thank you so much for the meteor shower, Caddy. If you listen, holy smokes, W's in the chat for Caddy. Thank you for the 2 meteor showers. If you ever like really come down on hard times, always go look for the couch money, because there's always some couch money.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well. Katie, sorry, Katie, sorry, Katie. That was in the chat. Let him. That was in chat for Katie. Is that a black thing? Is that a black thing? My white friends, my indigenous friends, my Pacific Islander friends, my Asian friends, do y'all got couch money? Because black people got couch money. No, it's not a black thing? Okay. Because we got couch money. Livia, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right.
What did
good.
you want to talk about this evening?
Yeah, so there was one point you brought up yesterday. I watch your lives all the time. And I basically, I was like, okay, yeah, like maybe this is the white privilege talking, but it's a point about how black people can't be racist. And now I'm going to college in the South, and I want to know all I can before, I encounter the worst of MAGA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm as woke as can be, honestly. I love you guys. I have two moms. They've raised me to hate Trump. They're awesome. But yeah, I want a deeper understanding just for that point. And
why black people can't be racist?
Yes, I feel like almost rude not understanding, but I want to know.
Okay. Yeah, well, I said whatever questions you got. I think this is as good as any. It's about the actual, in which Solid does is way better than me, but it's about the actual structuring and maintenance of the hierarchy, right? The fact that race is a hierarchy that was created, and it was done so for a free and cheap labor class, and understanding like how race was created and what it was created for and how it actually exists today. The levers and tools and mechanisms of race cannot be co-opted by people who it wasn't created to benefit. Like, while black people may, do triangulation where they like perpetuate white supremacy talking points towards other like races, they can't weaponize it and have it benefit them. Like the entire premise of racism is to uphold whiteness, right? And so even if black people could be racist, they wouldn't benefit from it because they're not white. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, that actually helps a lot, and I'm so glad that I feel like almost like ignorant asking you that, and I feel like
you're fine.
You know how it's usually the MAGA sitting up in the chat, and I'm just watching, but I just wanted clarity on that, and I really thank you so much, seriously.
No, she doesn't have to pay because this is community night, and I said any questions they had while listening, debating, they could. No, she does not have to. You don't have to pay. No, listen, that's a good one. But the one thing that I will say, because I think a lot of people get caught up on, and they think that like racism is predicated on hate. That's something I talk about all the time. Is like, hate isn't a requirement of racism, and people because they think like, oh, black people can hate people, and like, but that's not how it works. So.
Yeah, I think what I was really confused on was I saw someone else's chat yesterday, and it was like they confused me as well. They were like, well, they can also hold prejudice, and I'm like, okay, that's I think that's what I'm confused on. Like, is that
they can, but not
you know what I
towards
mean?
white people.
But I see what you mean by that, and that actually helps me see things a lot clearer. So thank you so much.
Yeah, black people can absolutely be like even prejudiced, but just not towards white people, because like the actual key point of prejudice is like not having a historical lens or a rationale or reasoning. And you talk about all the shit, language, all the things that have occurred to black people since the creation of race, like
Right.
even like a literal generational trauma that's genetic for Black people.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing. So.
Yep. And for sure. And I want to be as educated as I can on this stuff. And your lives are awesome. I really admire how you specifically do these like community like late night talks. They're awesome.
And my
So,
mom
thank
made
you.
me do it. And my mom like, hey, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a good
you.
one.
You as well. All right, guys. There is a lot. Where did you guys come from? Why are there so many of you in the request now? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, we'll come back tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry. I'm tired. How about we start on time tomorrow? Is that okay? What if we actually start on time tomorrow? Can you let me off the hook if we start on time tomorrow? It's only 10. It's 9:54. Listen, for some reason, so my alarm is set for 4 a.m. Right? My alarm goes off at 4 a.m. every morning. And for some reason, I've been waking up at like 3:30, 3:50. And I don't know why. So I've been waking up before my alarm. And that's kind of got me messed up. I don't know why. I wake up at 4 a.m. Because I like to do what my mom calls piddle. I like to piddle around before I have to do stuff. And so I'll get up at 4 a.m. and I'll like start reading the news and I'll start organizing my day and I'll, upload clips and work on if I have to do updates to the background and like all this other stuff. I'll do all this other stuff to try to get things ready. And then I'll grab my schnackums and I'll make coffee and I'll have my coffee and then I'll preset the coffee for management. So when she wakes up, her coffee, because I drink regular and she drinks decaf. So she can't drink like my coffee. But I don't know, like at 4 a.m., my alarm set to go off and I've been waking up right before my alarm. And I think that's what's got me so tired. I don't know. You wake up at 7 a.m. Lucky you. Maybe you have a 3 a.m. ghost wake you. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah. W's in the chat for Milla. Milla sent a $1.99 donation saying, greetings from Finland. Greetings to Finland. Love what you do. Love you. Keep it up. Fuck Trump. I know that's right. I wouldn't mind going to Finland. What type of food you guys got in Finland? Is Finnish food good, guys? There was a donation, Joanna. I can't do anything about that one. I can't do anything about that. I was just reading off a dono. Like I can't control that one. When's Santana birthday? In January. Is Finnish food good, guys? Yellow B, I swear before Jeebus, I was thinking the same thing. You literally stole my thunder. Ain't no way Yellow B clocking my punchline before I got there. Dang it, Yellow B. Dang it. W's in the chat for Cousin Jesse. What up, Cousin Jesse? Cousin Jesse sent a $5 donation. Her little uncle needs his good AWS whoop. I believe he has prejudice against his own niece. Check that. Like, yo, that's weird though. Like, I don't know. Like, most people wouldn't want to alienate their family. So I don't know. There's something to it. Marlene, you said you were shy? Wait, you wanted to come up and you got too shy? Corey, you see the background? Corey, did you see the background? Let me do this really quick. Hold on. Dang it. Why didn't it stop? I want you to pause there. Dang it. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't pause. You see it, Corey? Okay, hold on. I want you guys to see this. For the mods, we have Kay, Dwayne, Corey. For the members, and then we got the mutuals. You guys see that? You see that? All right. W's in the chat for 1B carry for the $2 super chat to say, my uncle is white, I'm black, we no longer talk. Listen, it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. All right, guys, I'm tired. And like, I know I'm tired because now I'm just like rambling. I'm gonna take a nap. What are you guys gonna do? Say goodnight, Santana. That sounds like a threat. Say goodnight, Santana. Was that a threat? That felt like a threat. I'm tired, guys. Holy smokes. Okay. We gotta go for real. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, this ain't your regular panel. Nah, we speak the truth. Late nights with Santana and Mama Jones watching. Better keep it clean. Let's go. Late nights, truth in the convo. Everybody get a seat at the table. From the block to the books, we mindful. No screaming, just dreams and the Bible. One mic, one voice, we build bridges from the heart of the hood to the world's big issues. Politics, pay, different cultures. But the real ones listen before they rebuttal. Late nights with Santana. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this is a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Yeah.
Hey, W's in the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the chat. Guys, we are getting out of here, but guess what? Sparring with Santana in the morning and Late Nights with Santana community night tomorrow night again. I apologize to all the people that I didn't get to tonight, but I will remember you and I'll get you in here tomorrow. And you guys get your chance to speak. And we'll have a community night again tomorrow because we got the best community in all of the TikTok, the YouTube, the Twitch, the Kick, Instagram. We the best. Who chat? We. All right. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all hanging out. Thank you for absolutely being amazing. Thank you for being the community that I am super proud of in each and every way. I love you guys. And as always,